What's up, guys? Welcome back to what's now episode 2 of the 34rings podcast, formerly known as 33. But like I said before, Lakers got that chip, so we're moving forward. Today, we're joined by somebody who we've been trying to get on for a little bit, Devontae Friga. Devontae, it's good to have you, bro. If you don't know Devontae, check him out on YouTube. To me, he's making some of the best content out there right now, especially for hoopers. So for guys who focus mainly on basketball, this is really cool for us. Devontae's got what, 400,000 subscribers right now, or like right on the brink of.
Almost like 371 or 372.
Yeah.
I don't know I could find out the exact number, but around there.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's getting close to 400,000. So if y'all tune in, make sure you go hit him, subscribe. You know, turn on noties, as all YouTubers like to say. So
yeah,
hit the bell.
Yeah. We'll just go ahead and hop right in. I just kind of want to know like your backstory and like what made you want to get into YouTube and yeah.
I've never really actually. Now that it's actually kind of clicking with me a little bit. I've never really actually told the exact moment. So there was one time senior year of high school, I was driving home, stopped at a gas station, saw this homeless lady, and she like asked me for some money, asked me for some cigarettes, whatever. I didn't have any cigarettes, but I just gave her like $5, $10, I can't remember. And I just thought in my head, I was like, how cool would it be if somebody, made a channel just showing how easy it was to give to people. And then I started doing that stuff. And then after a while, it picked up for just a little bit. And I was like, I really don't want to be that person that's like recording myself giving to homeless people like that, And I started to get some feedback from my family, and I just told them I didn't want to do that. So I kind of started like a little personal brand one, because everybody kind of wants to start a channel, wants to start something. But then I started watching YouTube relentlessly as opposed to posting on it. But I had a channel, and I fell in love with the way that this one creator made stuff. His name's Casey Neistat. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him, but he's like a lifestyle. Well, he was a lifestyle vlogger, just a daily vlogger. Sorry, let me shut my window.
No, you're good.
Motorcycles driving by and shit. And I just fell in love with the way that he was creating everything, and it was so cool. He had a story with every video. He lived in New York City, and I just thought that the way he did stuff was amazing. I started to mimic what he was doing, and that's just like naturally our tendency as creators, or we just start to mimic what people do. That I guess we fall in love with their content. And we copy them, and it never works out for us, whatever. But then I started to get into my own stuff. I was still kind of doing his style of work, but then I posted a video, day in the life of a Division III basketball player, and it got a little bit of traction, 13,000 views. And I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I want another one of these. And people are interested in Division III sports. So then I posted, how good do you have to be in high school to play Division III basketball? And it got like 180,000 views. And I was like, holy shit, like, this is cool. I want to do Division III basketball stuff a little bit. And at first I was like super reluctant on it, just because I didn't want to be the guy that was the Division III basketball player, Division III athlete, because there's no love for D3 athletes. And then I was like, maybe I can be the outlet here. And then it started to pick up, and then I just put D3 title and everything. And I fell in love with creating the videos. I love editing. I still edit my own videos to this day.
That's dope.
I love the process of the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the idea of the whole starting the channel thing. And then just, I mean, I guess the rest is history now. I'm just still trying to grow.
Yeah. I think it's been cool for me to see your growth from like the D3 stuff and then transitioning into what is more like, to an extent, a mainstream version of YouTube, right? Where it's like you come out with this content that you see like guys like the professor do and like all these other things. But like to me, it's more authentic, the mic'd up, the way that you interact with people and the way that you talk to other people, which is why I really gravitated towards your channel. And like I said, I think it's just a really cool thing to watch. But what's the end goal for YouTube, or even just your career in general?
Honestly, I really have no idea. Just continually trying to grow. The idea for a lot of people is to make a business out of this thing, make a lot of money, invested into something that brings you residual income, so you can kind of just travel, lay back, enjoy your life, hang out with your family.
Right.
And that's the most cliche answer I can give you, but people say things are cliche for a reason, and I think rightfully so. That one's cliche for a reason. end goal, I guess, for it to just stream in enough income for me to invest it, like I just said, dual income, and then end up just traveling and kind of doing more so lifestyle vlogs. I don't want to just always do basketball stuff, but business wise, you got to do what's working. And luckily, I love doing the basketball stuff. It's kept me playing basketball. I'm playing my best basketball I've ever played right now to this day. Um, it's helped me get uh, overseas looks. Division 3 basketball players don't get contacted by professional teams. So the fact that having the audience has helped me, you know, possibly be playing at the professional level is a dream to me. So, um, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the goal here is just keep going. I guess I want to really turn it into more of a lifestyle thing, and hopefully playing on a professional basketball team helps me do that.
Yeah. See, the starting point guard of my high school team, I don't know if I told you where I'm from, Campbellsville, Kentucky. So like we're literally middle of nowhere, Kentucky. And our starting point guard, he went to Xavier. He was their starting point guard from freshman year on. But like I've seen everybody from D1 to NAIA D2, right? And I think the misconception of, well, if you're D3, that means you can't hoop, right? But
Yeah,
it's been I know I've seen people come out who didn't play in college and give QG buckets. Like it just is what
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
So
It's always like a skill versus talent thing too. I mean,
yeah,
I was super underdeveloped. I think Division 3 was a perfect fit for me. And I mean, for the most part, the stigma on Division 3 sports is because a lot of people that didn't get looks, they fucking sucked. I mean, but that's the truth behind it.
yeah,
A lot of them will try to walk on or try out for Division 3 schools, and for the most part, Division 3 stigma is people don't want to go D3. So a lot of teams don't have a lot of players, so they'll basically pick up anybody. And some of them, for the most part, most teams have great players, and then they have okay players. I said
yeah,
shitty. Not everybody's shitty. I mean, but I'm playing the stereotype here right now. This is the reason the stereotype is in for Division 3 sports is because there's people that come that weren't good that still want to play they still want to play at the collegiate level. And so it's just kind of a fight for a lot of coaches to, I mean, accept some people. And this is conversations that I've had with Division 3 coaches. So
yeah.
the most
Speaking of
I can be for you.
yeah, speaking of people who suck, uh, listen, I went to see Julian Newman play in person. I watched him play at LaMelo in Kentucky, and obviously LaMelo is the far superior athlete, basketball player. His team was just 20 times the team. I mean, they got blown out. But I got to watch Julian play, and like I said, I've seen everybody in between. My boy Q played with Jason Tatum. Like I got to see all these guys up close. Luke Kennard, we played him in high school. He gave us 50. Like it just is what it is. So I watched Julian Newman, and there was a huge disconnect for me. And I think he's terrible. I just honestly think he's terrible. So I just want to know. You can be honest with me. Is he terrible?
I guess it all stems on like what people see, you know.
Yeah.
When you log into the Overtime YouTube channel and you see the um, the reality show,
Yeah.
Hello Humans, it's put together super well. It's a
For
great
sure.
show. You might hate the Newmans, but the show is put together so well that you can watch every episode. You want to watch every episode. I don't watch every episode. What I'm saying is that somebody that does watch every episode is tied in for a reason. They do a really good job putting it together, and they've done a great job creating a personal brand for the whole family. They've done a great job starting with Julian Newman when he was in middle school playing on high school varsity basketball teams. They did a great job branding it, so it's super easy to see stuff online and think somebody is exactly who you would think. I don't know. You know where I'm going with this
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
Um, I played with Julian down in Orlando. I wouldn't say he didn't surprise me, but I won't sit here and say he's terrible like you will, because I don't think he's a bad basketball player. I don't think he's like Division 1 and then NBA, like you're talking about Luke Kennard, Duke, then NBA. Talking about Jason Tatum, Duke, then NBA. You're talking about these guys that are stellar athletes. You're talking about LaMelo, NBA draft next year. Julian Newman's not getting offers to play at high level Division 1 schools, and I'll say for a reason, but he's not a guy that can't play professionally overseas,
Mm-hmm.
semi-pro leagues. So I won't say personally that he's terrible. I won't say that he would beat me. I mean, if we're comparing anything, but I have hooped with him a couple times, and I don't think he's bad. He just relies on his jump shot, and I think he needs to like relax on the handles. That's the only. That's my only critique.
Did you hoop with Zion Harmon?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know who he was though.
Oh, so Zion went to.
I got so much shit for it, but
For real?
yeah.
Yeah. Zion went to the county next to me in Kentucky. He played over here, and that boy tough. I'm just like, Zion's tough.
Who was, and Emmanuel was at the park as well.
The bucket.
I didn't know who he was either. I literally only knew Julian just because of his name on YouTube. Like, and it's crazy because I put in the title. It was me and my boy Colton that went up there. It was Division I and former D3 and Division I hooper team up with Julian Newman at the park.
Yeah.
People were like, "Yo, how'd you miss Zion? How'd you miss Emilio?" And I was like, "My bad."
I commented that exact same thing.
Yeah, so I ended up changing the title. It's like 1.3 million views. I was like, "Thanks, y'all."
Yeah. No, I mean from a grab, Julian's definitely it. He's the bigger name than the guys, but just from like a people who watch hoops, you know what I'm saying? Like Zion's a bucket, and so is Emmanuel. So the thing that I think almost everybody wants to hear about, because we get to see it on Twitter every day, get to see the conversation. I think we're going to jump into Dev, and I think Noah had a couple questions about it.
Yeah. Like you said, it's on Twitter all the time. Is this beef real, or is it like a mutual benefit thing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll say this, and this is without exploiting anything that obviously we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to win this one-on-one. Dev thinks he's going to win this one-on-one, and people are obviously rooting for Dev. People are rooting for me. It's back and forth here. I'm not going to say that it's fake beef because what we're saying, everything's basically true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't hate the guy. I know he doesn't hate me. We have mutual respect for each other. We've never met each other in person.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked through Instagram and stuff. I have his number and we've texted and stuff. What I will say though is without talking to each other about it, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We know why we're talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to get butthurt about it, because that's just business.
Yeah.
But the things that we say are also pretty much true. Him saying, I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night if Devontae scores and beats me, whatever, and it's obviously exaggerated because we want people to watch the one-on-one, but at the same time, it's like Dev thinks he's gonna fuck me up, so he's gonna say it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just like, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go out and tell you that I'm training. I'm gonna put it together a cinematic video and be like, yo, this is what's happening. This is why it means more to me, and that's what it is. I'm going to go out to Cali. I'm going to beat Dev. That's, and at the same time, it's like, again, we know what we're doing, Yeah.
How does that relationship with Dev compare to the AJ Lepre situation that's been talked about for a year?
So the fact that I'm actually playing Dev is kind of the tell-all here.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing against AJ. AJ has nothing against me now.
Yeah.
When I was talking shit about AJ, I was honestly just doing it because I knew he was another college hooper. I really didn't think it was going to be a sensitive subject for me, just being like, yo, I'm chilling out with AJ Lepre right now. Because I was always calling him a trash can. Every trash can I passed by, I put it on my story, I tag him. I just thought it was a joke. And then he wasn't responding to me because, well, he had commented on a video of mine and he was like, D3 hoopers can ball. And I reached out to him and screenshot it. And I said, yo, let's play one-on-one for a video or let's collab. And he didn't get back to me. Maybe he just didn't see it because he was blowing up at the time when I reached out. He went from like 200K to 700K in like a year and a half, which, props to him. I had like 5,000 subscribers at the time, I think. And I reached out again. I made a video with his name in it. I reached out again and he didn't get back to me. And I was like, all right, thanks for commenting and doing nothing. In my head, because I just didn't know at the time, like little old arrogant ass me just kind of trotting around thinking I can call anybody a trash can, not expecting that it's going to affect their business,
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about it now, like I kind of would have done the same thing AJ did and just kind of like show it off to the side because it doesn't matter. He's trying to grow a business on the side.
Yeah.
Why does this one-on-one? Why does this collab matter? So I started to do my own thing, and I finally ran into him because I talked to J Law.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, I'm coming to Cali. Can I come to one of your open gyms? And he's like, perfect, bro. I got you written down. I've wanted to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Love what you're doing. Love your work. Was on great terms with him. And he's like, I got AJ LaPrade coming out here. But I didn't tell you guys because, you basically he was being the dad of the group.
Yeah.
He was like, you need to meet up and kind of get this beef over. And I ran into AJ. He was there and I was there, and we didn't talk for a solid hour. We were on one side of the court. He was on another. He was talking to people. I was talking to people. I was talking to Chris Staples. I was talking to Caleb Nash Feemster. Everybody that was up there, talking to J Law, and so was he, but at different times. And I'm just like talking to my boys, talking to Joe and Logan. I'm like, I'm just gonna go over there and ask him like, yo, what's up? We got beef, whatever. And I went up there, not like an asshole, but I went to go dap him up, and he looked at my hand for like 3 solid seconds. 3 seconds is a long time to look at someone.
For sure.
For sure. So I'm like, all right, yeah, no, he's pissed off. And I had already known because he didn't get back to me and stuff. And then he gave me dap, and then we brought it in, whatever. And he's like, and I was like, we good? Like, what's up? I just want, thinking about it now, there was such a better way to go about it. I think I was just still mad at him for not getting back to me when I really wanted to do like a couple of videos. I had some good ideas.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I don't know, are we good? Like, no, I don't fuck with you. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing because that's private between him and I.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, he really opened up my mind through that 30-minute conversation I had with him. And he was just like, it did ruin business. I had kids in my DMs, kids in my comments, they're 12 years old, 11-year-old, that you convinced that I'm like just an asshole. And I've done nothing but spread positivity. I came to your channel and said something positive, light. So at the end of the day, I wanted to apologize. And I did it. And, I was being stupid about it. I didn't think about how my actions were affecting his business. I didn't think about how it was affecting my business, because there were AJ LaPrade fans. Same thing that's going on right now with Dev. There's Devin fans that fucking hate me right now because I say I'm going to beat Dev, and just people are sensitive,
And I like Dev, bro. That's sad. I like Dev.
Yeah, and
I had to pick a side though. I had to pick a side.
Competition, and you could tell me right now that you think Dev's gonna win. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, bro, I'm logging off your podcast.
Fuck y'all.
It's just an opinion. I'm not gonna get butthurt at basketball. I can call Dev up right now and be like, what's going on. We're not gonna try and communicate right now, like all buddy and shit, but it's not a big deal. People make a big deal out of everything, but no, I got nothing against AJ right now. We talk all the time. AJ and I hop on FaceTime calls. It's not beef anymore. I'm sure we'll bring it back when we have to promote our one-on-one, but that's just what it is. Like, some people are so oblivious to what's going on,
Yeah.
But right now I don't fuck with Dev because I still have to play him, Yeah. So that's what it is.
So when is that going down?
December 13th.
December 13th.
Yeah, and it's not actually promoted to the 2nd. When's this podcast drop?
Probably 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's a pay-per-view event. It's $10 a ticket to watch us play one-on-one live.
Dope.
And we're not going to be dropping the footage. So basically, like, it's exclusive content. Y'all asked for it. You guys wanted it this bad. We've hyped it up enough. We've talked our shit. Like, $10 to watch us play live. That's what it is. Like, if you want to watch this go down, watch it go down. It's best of 3.
It's good business.
Yeah, and I'm winning first 2 games. Straight up.
I mean,
I'm excited for the matchup,
Yeah. So, okay. So I guess it was maybe early this morning or yesterday we saw the 10K price.
Yeah.
and then we saw
that was smart marketing by Devin because his 10,000 hour series.
Yeah.
And that's when he was like 10K. Does it make sense? And I was like, oh shit, 10,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was smart.
Yeah. So I got to the 10K, and now it's the wear each other's merch. Is that what we're settled on? Wearing each other's merch?
I don't know. We'll see what he says. I don't know if he responded to that. I'm not been like checking up and everything because you gotta like kind of let it settle a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And bring it back up, So I haven't seen, but I think it would be funny. What's funny though is like we respected each other a little bit more before any of this beef happened. because I have a shirt of his in my closet right now. And there's a video on Overtime from 2 days ago of him hooping in my shirt. So he bought one of my shirts. So we already have each other's merch, you know? So there was something along the lines there that kind of just got misconstrued for sure. Because now it's like, I'm gonna hate you right now until I play you. And that's how it works out in basketball. Like you don't hate your rival in high school off the court. You hate him on the court. You know, you don't hate it. Like we played against John Carroll University, which was one of our rivals here. When I went to the Union. And I loved the guys when we would meet up and we'd play in men's leagues after the season. But on the court, like, you know, I'm going to literally drive by you, elbow you in the fucking throat and score, you know? But yeah.
That's crazy. So I saw that you said you've been like training a lot, right? Like just like back in the gym by yourself. Most of that, are you doing most of that at Mount U or?
Yeah, and I want to do it there. It feels like I have unfinished business. Like there's just something I've said it in the video. I'm dropping a really cinematic video either tonight or tomorrow. People are either going to be able to pay for the tickets tonight or tomorrow night. We just want to make sure everything is golden. Like that's really the only communication that we're pretty equal on. Like there's no talking shit like, oh, you get this cut, I get that cut. Like we don't really care. It's not necessarily about how much money we can make, but if it's exclusive, we're going to make a little bit more money on it, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I've been training every day. Every morning with my old coach, Mike Gregg. He just kind of gets me in the gym and stuff, gets me the basketballs, and he helps me out with the one-on-one drills. But I'm not just training for this one-on-one. That's what I understand. I'm sure you were going to bring up the topic, but I was finally reached out to by an agency, and I'm trying out for a professional basketball team in January, which I'm super fucking happy
about.
That's
dope.
I'm super proud of myself, actually, because I really wanted to play professional basketball. Kind of eating me alive that nobody was reaching out. And I didn't necessarily want to reach out on my own. I wanted to get an agency. So luckily I was contacted by an agency. They reached out to the school, got my contact info. And so early January, I'll be trying out for professional basketball teams. There's 4 or 5 open spots. There's 20 of us going. All top tier college, Division II, Division III. Sorry, there's something that came up. All top tier basketball players that played college basketball that are going to be there. Only 20 of us, and there's 4 or 5 open spots for some European league teams.
That's dope. They
said it's looking pretty good for me. Listen, I assume it's because of the audience that I can bring along there, but I want it to be more than that, you know. That's why I almost don't want to vlog any of it, but I kind of have to because I brought myself to this life. I also do, you know. It's just a tough fight that I'll have to pick between, but yeah.
Well, Noah, you got anything?
What I guess, how are you guys going about the pay-per-view? What venue is that through?
So,
for anybody listening.
Streaming, it's called streamingvideoprovider.com. Super self-explanatory. Basically, it's going to take you to a graphic, and it just shows you that it's $10, and everybody's going to get an email. You'll get a password. You can only watch it from one IP address. We paid like $500-600 to have it like security proof, basically. So you're not going to be able to screen record or anything like that. So people won't be able to release it like the day after. And then we hired people for like 6-7 days after our one-on-one goes live to basically copyright anything from our channels that has our name in it or anything. So if it comes up on anybody's channel, it'll be able to be taken down by copyright. But it's also, there's a thing that, by paying for this ticket and watching this live, you agree that you're not going to do this and that, because it's just taking away from what we bring in. It's our business, it's just it's what we're trying to do for ourselves. And also there's like some charitable things that we're doing that we haven't released yet. So for us to bring in this amount of profit, we want to do something like as a Christmas special giveaway.
That's dope.
We're doing what we're doing on YouTube already. We're making our money. There's just things around it that like people aren't going to be able to see, but luckily we'll still be able to give back a lot because
for sure,
and it's $10 to watch us play,
Yeah. Hey, that's dope. The Christmas giveaway, I didn't even think about I guess when I think about YouTube, I always think about like the mogul aspect of it, of people like wanting to make like as much money as possible. It's like when you see people give back, I always think that's really dope. So before you go, because I know you got some other stuff to get to, you're a busy guy. People always ask this question, and I'm a big YouTube fan. Like I'm on YouTube Premium just because I hate ads so much. Like I just do all of that. I don't want your starting five, but who's the best 5 hoopers on YouTube right now, excluding yourself? You gotta take yourself out of it.
Excluding myself and excluding Dev. Okay.
Okay.
Take us out of there. Also don't think he would consider himself a YouTube hooper. It might just be right now. He's a professional basketball trainer. He's good as fucking basketball, and that's I'm not oblivious. I might say I'm gonna win, but I'm not gonna also sit here and be like, yeah, he's fucking trash basketball. No, then I'd just be stupid. I'd be an idiot.
Hold on, but when y'all post clips of each other, whenever y'all do something, that kills me.
You gotta be, listen. If you're gonna give it, like, you gotta be able to see the trash talk too. So don't be a sensitive little asshole to it.
I got you. Yeah.
But man, top 5. I'd love to have a big ass list in front of me, but is this like content included, or is this basketball like players, you know?
How would you want to do it?
Because if it's content included, T-Jazz would be up there for sure. But I think like J-Law or Chris Staples might take his place.
Yeah.
This is always such a really hard question, because like if you're talking about basketball YouTubers, you have to take into account how good are they at basketball and how good are they at being YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying both things.
Let's just talk hoopers then, just purely basketball.
Okay. I'll get the order down here in a minute. AJ Leclerc is on the list.
Had to get that one out the way.
Jay Jones is on the list.
For sure.
Younger J Law's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Younger J Law. I'm taking Filet out of this because he's not a YouTube hooper, and he asked me if I ever get this question to leave his name out of it, because he's a YouTuber. He's a professional basketball player, and he bitched me out for it. Rightfully so. If you're a pro hooper and you want to be a pro hooper and that's who you are a pro hooper. That you worked for that title.
Yeah.
I ate that up as soon as he told me. He's like, keep my name out of your mouth in the YouTuber stuff. I said, yes, sir. So AJ, I would love to say J-Law, but I just feel like after he got injured, I don't really know. I'd also like to say Chris, but I don't want to be the asshole that says just because he beat me one-on-one that he's up there, but I don't know. Jay Jones, AJ Leclerc.
I'm so happy I haven't heard a LSK or a Jester yet.
I don't think they're up there. And I don't. I'm glad that LSK is 6'10". Before anybody, God, see, people are so sensitive, and I'm not talking about Chris, because Chris can take that and be like, oh, whatever, bro, you know. Yeah. But like, just people that are fans of people just get everything so misconstrued. But put me on the spot here.
Nah, I know, bro. It happens.
Jay Jones, AJ Leclerc. Those are 2 for sure that are on my list, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Devin's obviously on my list, but we're not including him until December 14th.
Okay, cool. Cool.
I'll go with J-Law, but again, I don't think he's a basketball YouTuber. I think he's a trainer who has basketball YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to be forgetting people, so forgive me to everybody that's already giving me shit.
God, what's the name of that kid who was like, he started on YouTube when he was real young hooping? You played him one-on-one too. Yeah.
No.
Nah, not like that.
He is, but there's so many people that might be before him. Let me look at this really quick, because I really want to give you an answer, because now it's clearly a good question, because I'm stumbling here. I don't think B.A. just because he's not like a YouTuber, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm just looking at like basketball YouTubers here. AJ, obviously. Jay Jones for sure. Chris Staples, I'll put up there because like he's so underrated.
Marcellus?
I really haven't watched him play.
Mm-hmm.
I've maybe watched one or two like backyard videos, but it's hard to tell on an 8-foot hoop how good you are.
Yeah.
And that's like all I've watched. That's not a shot at Marcellus. It's just what I've seen.
Right.
Man, this is really tough.
And I guess this excludes like the professors and the whatever his name is of the world, the guys who played.
Bone Collector, who are you talking about?
Yeah.
I feel like if I include the professor, I have to include Bone Collector, but Bone doesn't really post a lot. But that's a good point. I'll include the professor because he religiously posts on YouTube, and
for sure,
people would consider him a basketball YouTuber. He used to be a pro, but I'll consider him that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like so biased of me to say Marcellus just because I can't think of another person. I'll say J Law. Did I already say J Law?
Yeah, J Law at 3. We can cut it off though. We can stop right now and say you just got 4.
Nah, I would like to say Trey Good, but he hasn't played in like 2 years.
Yeah.
And like if you're gonna be on a recent list, like play recently. And like I don't know how good LSK is.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't think Chris is like that as a basketball player. I'm sure like 7 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
AJ, maybe we'll go with like T-Jass or Hoop in Life because T-Jass is he can shoot the fuck out of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how physical he can get, you know?
Yeah.
He did play Cash one-on-one and like relied completely on physicality. I watched that the other day for the first time because I reacted to it. I just didn't put it up on my second channel. I just don't know how much I want to.
Yeah.
Those are like my 4.5 to 5 for you.
Yeah. No Duke Dennis, bro. I was hurt. I like Duke Dennis.
I haven't watched him, you know.
For real?
I really haven't watched him play like that. That's my little brother's favorite YouTuber, though. That's what I will say, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Shout out Duke, man. All right, last question, bro.
Yeah.
Who's the dream guy to collab with on YouTube for you right now?
David Dobrik.
For real?
It's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either that or this one-on-one with Dev, because now like I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like with marketing aside, bro, like
I'm
hyped for this one-on-one to go down, you know? There's been so much shit that's talked between both of us. Now it's just like leave it to basketball. There's only so much we can say.
For sure. Yeah, bro. Well, I appreciate you coming on, bro. It's been real. Glad we finally got to make it happen.
I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah, for sure, bro. That's a wrap for episode 2 of the 34 Ring podcast.
Yep, we appreciate it.